Hello, it's Wednesday the 14th. I'm FxPlew and this is the market brief. Now, Lloyds Bank has been on. They have snubbed the invitation from Chancellor Reeves to join the Mansion House Accord. That is where she wants, I think, about 17 of the UK's biggest pension providers to invest about £50 billion to support UK infrastructure projects and property by 2030. It has, of course, raised questions of whether this is further evidence of a rift between the market and government policy under Rachel Reeves. Megan Green has also been on. She's off of the MPC and she thinks that while inflation and wage growth are moving in the right direction, they remain too high. That was despite voting with the majority of the MPC for a rate cut that was delivered last week. Meanwhile, Catherine Mann voted for no change. She seems to have flipped back to a slightly more hawkish outlook after a brief flirtation with the notion of looser monetary policy. No doubt wider market uncertainty encouraged her back to her comfort zone as dear old Donald does his thing. Speaking of which, Trump was over in Riyadh yesterday. He met the big cheese, Le Grand Camembert, Crown Prince MBS, and he received a really rather royal reception. His jaunt to the Middle East is based more on deal-making than diplomacy. Play to your strengths after all, right? But he still managed to have a little pop at Iran, suggesting that he wanted to make a deal, but if Iran continues to pick on their neighbours, he could very easily drive all their oil exports back to zero once again. He signed Saudi agreements worth around $600 billion, including $120 billion in arms sales, and he celebrated all that by having another pop at Powell on social media, arguing that he's behind the curve in cutting rates when compared to the US peers. US inflation has been falling recently, but the Fed remains cautious over where Trump's wild policy decisions may land, especially with what tariffs may finally be imposed, and indeed how inflationary they may prove to be. Dollar volatility has been calmed a little by the Chinese trade agreement, and the dollar index closed around the 101 mark yesterday. Cable opened around 133.10 this morning. We're about 118.90 against the euro, and euro dollar is around 112 on the open today. That's it from me. Have a great day.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FxPlew.